The honeymoon is over. For 2 years, we have been praising Triple H's era. We have been talking about how Papa H saved wrestling. But right now, the cracks aren't just showing, ladies and gentlemen. The dam is about to burst. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, hype up the video. It's so important if you want to save this channel's future. Become a channel member today or donate with a super thanks donation in the comment section of the video. Reports are flooding in, and I mean flooding in this morning, that the locker room is absolutely furious. We are talking about a legitimate creative civil war happening right under our noses. The accusations, the WWE has quietly, secretly instituted a two-tier system on the road to WrestleMania. Why? What's going on? What's behind it? We're going to bring you all the backstage details, and we're going to melt you, kind of like the snow's going to melt in my backyard, my neck of the woods. So here it is. Massive updates on Raw, SmackDown, the superstars jockeying for position. Now, if you are on Raw on Netflix on Monday night, you are royalty. You are Netflix premium. However, if you're on the blue brand, the SmackDown on Friday nights on the USA Network, well, you are second class. You are filler, pretty much. And the talent, well, the talent, they see it. They feel it, and according to sources, they are blasting management for it. And this morning, we are not going to hold back, viewers. Remember, for more videos like this, like, comment, subscribe, click the bell. We are looking at the receipts, the business reasons, and the anger that is bubbling backstage that is putting Triple H directly in the line of fire. And it probably is going to end up being a very dire situation because the complexity to this is about to change the entire dynamic. You think you're imagining it. You think, well, maybe it's just a bad week for SmackDown. Wake up, viewers. Look at the patterns. Let me paint this picture to you of what this two-tier system actually looks like underneath the microscope, underneath the magnifying glass, okay? Based on what we're seeing on screen and what insiders are leaking. Monday Night Raw, viewers. On Monday, segments get room to breathe. Characters get layers. If a match needs 15 minutes to tell a story, it gets 15 minutes. The finishes, protected. The stars, they look like gods. Why? Because the machine is protecting the Netflix investment. Now you got Tier 2, Friday Night SmackDown. Now you flip the channel. You take the channel changer, right? What do we see on Fridays? Rush segments. Matches getting chopped by commercials. Top stars, people who should be main eventing WrestleMania, getting thrown into 3-minute backstage skits that go nowhere. No answer, no logic, no twist, nothing. We are seeing dusty finishes, DQ endings, and 50-50 booking that helps nobody. Raw is getting cinema. SmackDown is getting content. Just content to fill 2 hours, 3 hours on the USA Network. And don't tell me the talent didn't notice when their segment gets cut by 3 minutes, which Raw gets an overrun. Then you go into the business reality of this entire thing. Now, let's keep it 100 regarding the business. I'm not saying Triple H woke up and decided to sabotage his own show, sabotage the WWE. I'm saying, viewers, that money absolutely talks. Netflix didn't just write a check here. They bought the keys to the kingdom, $5 billion. And when you have that kind of pressure, where do your best writers go? Raw. Where do your most important, complex, long-term storylines go? Raw. Where does the A-team production effort go? Raw. USA Network, they are reliable. They are the safe partner, but Netflix is the flashy new girlfriend, and Triple H is spending all his money on dinner dates for her. But there lies in the problem. And this is where Triple H under fire becomes absolutely real. Remember, for more videos like this, like, comment, subscribe, click the bell, and turn on all notifications. You cannot run a two-brand company if one brand feels like a graveyard for momentum. Yes, you heard me right, a graveyard. You cannot expect SmackDown stars to bust their bodies for a show that management treats like an afterthought. Absolutely ridiculous. It is out of this world. Sources, credible outlets listed below, are reporting that the frustration isn't just online noise, it is inside the building. Imagine you are a top tier worker, a top tier worker. You've been grinding all year, and you think you're going to get that shot, you're going to get that push, you're going to get that momentum, you're going to be able to leverage it. You get drafted to SmackDown. Suddenly, you feel like, oh, maybe the grass will be greener. Maybe it'll be more positive. Maybe it will be more reinforcing for the blue brand of SmackDown. Because, SmackDown used to be the land of opportunity, but that's when Shane McMahon was running things. Suddenly, though, you realize, I'm not getting the video packages. I'm not getting that rub. I'm not getting that push. I'm not getting social media. One report describes the sentiment as talent feeling like they are fighting for scraps, while Raw talent is getting served a 5-course meal. How is that fair? How is that right? How is that motivating? Well, it's traumatizing, and we need your comments, your opinions on the matter right now. Now, there is a belief, I'll be honest, there is a belief, a quiet, angry belief backstage that if you are not on Monday, you do not matter for WrestleMania season. And that view is, quite frankly, is the poison for morale. That is how you lose an entire locker room on Friday nights. We have seen the movie before, though, viewers, haven't we? And remember to become a channel member today. So important. Donate with a super thanks donation. Remember the ruthless aggression era when Raw was Triple H's playground and SmackDown was just the wrestling show? Remember when SmackDown used to be better than Raw? Remember that? Remember when Fox bought SmackDown and suddenly Raw became the B show? But this, viewers, while this is different, systematic. This feels like the company has fundamentally decided that the Netflix era means the Raw era. And where does this leave the undisputed WWE champions on Friday nights? Where does this leave the women's division on Fridays on the USA Network of SmackDown? It leaves them fighting uphill against their own booking, ladies and gentlemen. It is unprofessional, it is sloppy, and it is for a guy like Triple H who provides himself and prides himself on storytelling. It is a massive failure of leadership to let one show rot while the other one absolutely is thriving. So, is Triple H under fire? Yes. He is under fire from the fans who are tuning out on Fridays. He is under fire from the network partners who expect quality. And most dangerously, he is under fire from his own roster. If this inequality continues, if we get to WrestleMania and the SmackDown matches have zero build, while Raw matches have months of story, months of credibility, months of reliability, we are going to potentially, perhaps, maybe see some talent walk out or want their contracts cut quicker. We are going to see contract disputes. We are going to see creative differences turning into future endeavors in World Wrestling Entertainment. You cannot treat half your roster like second-class citizens and expect loyalty. I need to know where the viewers, the fans, and the subscribers, I need to know where you stand on this predicament. Look at the title of the video. Look at the thumbnail. Am I wrong? Drop a comment. Is SmackDown being buried, or is Raw just that good right now? I want receipts because, ladies and gentlemen, if you saw a moment on SmackDown last week or coming up on Friday night in a couple of days on USA Network this week that screams, "We don't care," put the timestamp in the comments. I am pinning the best or worst examples. Triple H, the clock. Well, that clock is ticking. Okay. Fix Friday nights or deal with the mutiny that could very well be on your hands. Remember to like, subscribe, turn on the bell, because we are tracking this story daily, all the developments, all the drama. Remember, we do multiple videos a day to give you the hottest, the latest, the greatest, the newest. And if we have to retract, we'll give you the updates. This is why we do multiple videos a day, to stay on top, to make you sure that you're in the thick of everything. I am Sean's View Entertainment. And again, with reports flooding in about this, you can only imagine what this is going to add or subtract when it is all said and done. That's the bottom line, because this is the brash and the brazen, and we always do it by design. And if you're not down with that, well, then as D-Generation X used to say, they got a couple of words for you. Please subscribe. Later.